Hello everyone. In the previous video we were analyzing the tests because I was trying to prepare to change the design of the object a little bit, well actually quite a lot, and I wanted to experiment with a different implementation, but I was worried that the tests are not testing all the transitions, and in the current implementation it doesn't matter because the current implementation is not really based on transitions, it's just based on whatever is the final result I will generate the score. But as we noted last time, we never have a test case where, due to the way this test is working, we always score the player 1 points first. So it means we never get from 0-1 to 1-1, for example. So I would like to add this test. But given the structure of how the tests are organized right now, it's actually very hard to come up with an idea how to, just add one line and have the tests still running and testing the transitions. So now the problem is this, and this is a very common situation, very, very common situation while doing any kind of refactoring or working with any such code. You need to introduce a new way of testing, and this new way of testing could be like, just adding a new test, test transition from player 2 leading to draw, because that's how we want to compensate the lack of tests. So it would look like game equals tennis game dot new. What was the API? Okay, so some two players, player 1 and player 2, and then I want to say score player 2, and then I want to say score player 1, and then I want to assert that the expected result is what was the name? Well, I trust that the code is working fine actually, so let's just see what is passing as the result. Score it's actually 1 point. Funny how you work so much on one code base and then you are not remembering the API. But we were not using this API very often. Okay, expected, but 15 all. So 15 all is the expected result. And here is the problem. And this is kind of a problem on many dimensions, let's say. The problem is that we have introduced a new way of testing. And this is inconsistent. Now we have like two ways of testing. One is here and one would be the more like what I would use, the traditional way for me. And the problem is that we would like things to be consistent. First, for ourselves, because it's much easier to work on a consistent code base. But second, sometimes more important, is that we are worried that we will be judged as people in the team that introduce inconsistencies. And this is indeed a problem, and it's very hard to find a good answer for that. So my answer here is that it's always about priorities. What is more important for now? Do I want to have the missing test coverage, which enables me to try out a new design, probably better? I have strong hypothesis that it's a better design. Or should I now spend a lot of time to make those test cases consistent, which means rework all of them? And given that I think with the new object design I will have some new ways of testing, I'm not sure yet, but I think so, then I suppose I can sacrifice the inconsistency for a while. And this requires, a thick skin, because you might be judged in the team that if you're doing code reviews, someone will point out this is inconsistent, but it's very hard to judge without taking the time issue into account. So this is now faster for me, and doesn't mean that I shouldn't be thinking about this. I should make it clear in my, commit message or Slack message that if this was really part of a team project, that why I'm doing this and why I'm sacrificing this. So a quick message to the people why it's the way it is. Probably comment message would be the best place. And I assume everyone in the team reads all the comments messages. So they don't need to carefully review everything, but just a quick scan over the diff, and reading the comments is really important for everyone in the team to be up to date. So I believe I have improved the code base overall by introducing this, and the cost of the inconsistency is not huge at this moment, and this enables me to work on a better design. So I would defend this way. But obviously it's not about defense, it's about priorities and smart usage of our resources, which the most important resource is time, obviously. Thanks.